What's going on, guys? Dr. Colin, flowfunctionaltraining.com. I saw so much potential of natural lighting.
The full activation of this one.
We're pulling it all the way up to our collarbone, almost like you're trying to elbow someone. The harder it's going to be. Here we go. I don't do anything really extreme to integrate this into my routine. Today, it's a Monday. I'm just hanging out, getting some work done. I was sitting here at my desk working, and I looked out the window and something got delivered. I don't know if you guys can see those boxes. It's kind of bright. 2 or 3 months ago, I was looking for a way to have a sauna at our house, and essentially I just kept running into roadblocks, whether it was expense. You know, there's so many different sauna brands out there now that are super expensive. Some of them run upwards of $10,000 just to have a sauna at home. Not to mention all the prep work you have to do to be able to install it at your home. Like, you know, having a good foundation and like having like an outlet to plug it into, all those things. And I was like, man, it just seems like this is gonna be really difficult. And I kind of just washed the idea. Well, 2 or 3 months ago, I came across this company called Sweat Tent. Sweat Tent is a portable sauna. It's a wood fire sauna. And honestly, I was pumped because whenever I saw it, I saw so much, you know, potential for this to become a really, really cool thing that we had at our house to, you know, foster a community, to allow my wife and I to do contrast therapy at the house, because we also have a cold plunge back there in our backyard. But it also gave us the capability of setting this thing up and then taking it down and taking it with us wherever we go. These things run about $1,500 to have a sauna at your house. And if you guys are familiar with the sauna market, everything across the board is so freaking expensive, or it's just not very high quality, right? So there's obviously like the steam powered saunas, which I've had one of those before. They're okay. If that's your game, go for it. I really wanted a dry sauna, and this one's a dry sauna powered by wood. So I'm pumped. Supposedly it only takes like a couple minutes to set up. I'm gonna go out there and get these things inside, and I'm pumped to show you guys exactly what it looks like when I set up. And then maybe you'll come join me for a little sauna session. All right, let's go check these things out, see what we got here. That's it. There's a sauna in those boxes. I'm freaking pumped to see what this thing is like once we unpack it. All right, baby, Sweat Tent. We're gonna set this puppy up right here in the corner of the yard. These things definitely feel high quality. They're pretty heavy. Let's go to work. What's this? Yeah, buddy, look at that thing. Ooh, yeah, this is sick. Check this out. Temperature gauge. Just a box of rocks. All right, I'm gonna set this thing up. Here we go. All right, this thing is freaking sweet. Just got it all set up. It's actually massive. So, and I think I got the smaller one of the 2 available ones they've got. So just pre-seasoned the stove over there. Once that thing's kind of done cooling down, I'm gonna try and throw that puppy inside the tent. Super easy to set up. All right, once I kind of figured out like how to pop the tent up, it was very, very fast. So pretty stoked, man. Sweat Tents, check them out. It is now Tuesday, day after I got the Sweat Tent in the mail, and I'm about to hit a little workout. But before I do, I'm gonna go ahead and heat this thing up. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys exactly what this thing looks like on the inside, as well as how I'm gonna light the fire. I know you're supposed to have starter logs, or at least that makes it a lot easier to start the fire in there, but I do not have those yet. I need to go to the local hardware store and get those. So let's go check it out. All right, guys, this is the Sweat Tent, the chimney up top. It actually has a bunch of different compartments that serve as windows that I'll likely open up just to let some light in. These windows actually come all the way off to allow a lot of natural light in. So I'm gonna go ahead and just take these things all the way off. Look at that, awesome. Boom, baby. Let's go check out the inside of this thing. All right, inside of the Sweat Tent, relatively decent amount of natural lighting, but this is what the burner looks like. Check this thing out. Pretty sweet little deal. Pretty easy to use, honestly. You just open this guy up. That is obviously where you get the fire started. Inside there, once you get that thing lit up, close that guy, and then you step out. Only takes about 20 or 30 minutes to heat up. And then whenever it's time to get in, you can get in, go ahead and throw some water on the rocks right here. Get things schwitzy in here. I'm pumped though, this thing's pretty sweet, it's massive. We're planning on actually putting some wooden flooring in here, kind of make it a little more aesthetic, make it feel like a, more of like a wood sauna. and have that kind of wood floor feel to it, but this thing is pretty sweet, man. I'm excited to check it out. I'm gonna light this thing, and then I'm gonna go hit my workout. I'll see you guys here in a little bit. Time to get a little upper body strength in. This is an upper pull focused workout, so we're gonna be doing basically 8 reps across the board on each of these exercises. First one gonna be pull-ups. I'm gonna do strict pull-ups. You guys can do chin-ups or neutral grip pull-ups if you are more comfortable doing that. I've been trying to work on these a little bit more. Big thing on this, grabbing the bar, we're gonna screw our hands just like we're trying to break this bar in half. It's gonna help us kind of get those lats engaged and kind of sink those scaps down our back a little bit to really get the full activation out of this one. Nice and slow, full stretch at the bottom. Whoo, holy moly. If you guys couldn't tell, I'm right-handed. My right arm is definitely more strong than my left. I kind of compensate that way a little bit, pulling a little bit more with my right. But overall, the objective is always to try and tighten up both sides equally and make sure both sides are getting an equal amount of work in. All right, now we're gonna hit a series of kind of kettlebell and dumbbell stuff. Let's go. All right, first exercise, we're hitting 8 repetitions on each side. We're gonna do high pulls with the dumbbell. Stand nice and tall, letting that thing get full stretch, almost like rotating a little bit at the bottom. We're pulling it all the way up to our collarbone and then back down nice and slow before we reset. Big thing on this one is keeping your hand close to your body on the way up and not letting it get out and away from your body. Woo. All right, next one we got supinated bent over rows with the kettlebell. Basically, we're putting that palm away from our body, getting a little more bicep involvement, rolling our wrist up to our ribs, and then coming back down. Keep that trap nice and relaxed while you're doing this, almost like you're trying to elbow someone sitting behind you. Holy moly. If you think that you can just relax your entire body when you're doing bent over rows, you're wrong. You've gotta keep your glutes engaged, keep that spine in a neutral position. I've seen so many people go to do bent over rows and they're bent over, hunched over like this. Plant those feet in the ground, screw their feet in the ground, knees out, engage those glutes, push the hips back almost like you're doing an RDL to set up before you ever lift that weight off the ground. That'll set you up for success. Hey, oh my gosh. All right, next one we got crush curls, holding the dumbbell on either side of our body, elbows glued to our ribs, full stretch at the bottom, coming all the way up until that dumbbell handle is right beneath our chin. The slower you go, the harder it's gonna be. You can also use tempo to accommodate for if you don't have heavier weights. This is a 40-pound dumbbell. This is actually the heaviest dumbbell I have. And so what I'm doing here is just going slower on the way down, getting that full stretch, pause at the bottom for 1 second, and then coming back up. And the faster you go, obviously, the easier it's gonna be when you're using a weight that might be too light for an exercise. So go ahead and slow things down. Give yourself a little more time under tension. Your muscles are gonna fatigue a little faster, and that'll provide a little more room to have some muscle hypertrophy and muscle gain happen while you're doing an exercise. Just a little home workout hack. Okay, last exercise here. Alternating dumbbell snatches. I'm hiking that dumbbell into my groin, wrist tight to the groin. I'm snapping my hips forward, triple extension, ankles, knees, and hips. Coming all the way up overhead with it. Accelerate that weight with your legs. Keep it nice and tight to your body the entire time. Here we go. 1. Switching on the way down. 2. All right. There's 8. There it is, guys. Full workout. Super easy workout. Took me about 40 minutes to do. I believe the sauna is hot. Let's go jump in it. Today we did a little workout. I really love having those style of workouts in my routine twice a week. Getting some sprints in, some agility, some plyometric. You guys notice I don't do anything really extreme when it comes to plyometrics and stuff like that. I just try and do small grade stuff. I've noticed that has so much carryover to everyday life, whether it's playing with the kids, being able to do a pickup game of pickleball and not worrying about getting injured, things like that. So did 10 sets of 30-meter sprints today with the walking recovery. Came back into the backyard gym, got after on some upper body pull strength work. And so what we did was 4 rounds, 8 reps on everything. We did little pull-ups, high pulls, bent over rows, curls, and snatches. I'm gonna end the day here in the sweat tent, getting nice and warm. A little sauna session before my wife and kids get home from the park. And then it's time to relax and do some dinner with the family. Sweat tents, guys. I'm pumped to be able to start to integrate this into my routine, have people over, and I'm pumped to just be able to have community, have this as a part of that whenever people come over for dinner, just hanging out and enjoying time together. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Thanks for joining me today. We'll see you on the next one.